welcome, family, to another episode of the Midnight Moods podcast. This is the second episode of the year. I'm Coco the Conscious, aka Mr. Moods, and we have a very, very special guest. Man, my soul brother right here, the doctor. Yes, that's right, the doctor, the K-Man, the catalyst. Let's go. Cash, my brother.
Bro.
Put it here. Like that. That's what you taught me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's it.
You don't get a stronger handshake than that, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. My brother, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us this perspective.
Yeah,
Do you know
absolutely,
what I mean? Like,
bro.
it's symbolic. It's
Yeah.
a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Cash, this is Cash's equipment. Do you know what I mean? He literally has shown us another perspective here on the Midnight Moods podcast. Shout out to my guy. Thank you for coming through, my brother.
Oh, bro, it's an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
How you been?
Bro,
You been...
just, when you're skyrocketing
Yeah.
and you sustain it,
Yeah, I feel you.
yeah, that sustained
Wow.
sort of, accelerated flow, bro.
I can
In
tell.
sync.
Bro, can we get into being in sync?
Absolutely,
Can we
bro.
get into some of your work? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of the
of
amazing
course.
things that you've done to
Yeah.
get, to get to here, to get to the equation of love, which we'll talk about very soon.
Yeah.
But let's talk about you, but let's talk about the doctor in you before we get
Doctor
into
in me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Come on.
I'm glad we're getting that out of the way,
That's what
so
I-
we
yeah.
get into the real stuff.
Just to set the foundation. you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
bro.
So, man, I started this journey like 2008.
Okay.
Man, that's 2007. That's when I finished my master's degree. I was actually doing brain surgery on sharks. That was my master's. What I was doing there was looking at how a primitive brain operates and then translating that into algorithms, which then, could be used by AI. So that's what I was doing like almost
Bro.
14, 15 years ago.
Okay.
And back then, we didn't have the computational power or like the storage capacity. The cloud solutions didn't exist. So
Yeah.
back then, this research was just research.
Wow.
It wasn't, production level.
I feel you.
Yeah. And then, I went on and did a PhD.
Okay.
As most, young master students
That's it.
dream about.
The master students. I
Yeah.
love it, yeah.
Yeah. Funny story. When I first arrived at this remote marine research laboratory where I did the brain research, I was working on sharks, so that's why I was based in a marine research lab. And I went around asking like tips and tools. I was probably just about your age. I was 22 back then.
Okay.
Yeah. I was asking around, hey, like, hey, do you have any tips or tricks on like how to finish this degree? I was just looking for advice, looking up to people. And the one advice I got, from everyone unanimously was don't even bother starting.
That was the advice.
That was the advice, bro. They were right, like, neck up in like, writing the theses. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to enjoy every moment of this. I'm going to enjoy the writing, the experimentation. I built all my, equipment.
Wow.
I built the tanks in which we kept the sharks, like
Wow.
hand built,
Bro,
So
you built the tanks.
yeah,
Damn.
like everything from scratch, low budget,
Wow, bro.
And so every step of the process I enjoyed, even the writing up of it. And when I finished, like I looked at this thesis, it only got reviewed once, bro.
Yeah.
And it got first class honors straight up, like no revisions, nothing. And when I look back at this, bro, I feel like the energy that I put into it is the same as the energy that's in it.
I feel that.
And then means so one. I put in love, and when I pick this thesis up, I just feel love. Like so many like students cannot look at the thesis because there's only pain there, the frustration, the exhaustion, all of that.
Deep.
Yeah.
I feel you. So you fell in love with the process.
Absolutely.
So
bro.
now when you look back at it,
Yeah.
You can be, it's love that's coming, emanating from it.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
I can't even believe the things that I did, bro. And it makes me wonder, like, wow, like I did that.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I
Yeah.
love that story. Thanks for sharing that one. That one I like because it's that process, that journey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we're like, and it's tough because it's it's tough to enjoy the journey. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that you flipped it to be like, no, I'm gonna enjoy every moment of this building. Do you know what I mean? The tanks and all that. It's just like that's a hack. It's a game changer right there.
Oh, absolutely.
If you fall in love with the process of whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever, but fall in love with that process.
Yeah. And to be honest, it didn't work out for my PhD that way.
Okay. It was a different story.
It was a different story. I tried to apply it. And my PhD, just in a very short sense, back then the Human Genome Project was big. They were mapping the entire human genome.
Okay.
And I did that, the equivalent of that for the human brain. We mapped out the genetic equivalent of the human brain. So that was, my PhD. I didn't really enjoy it because we were working so much in terms of medical disorders.
Okay.
And we were looking at the symptoms rather than the cause, which is prevalent throughout the medical industry. And that's how you make money.
Yeah, I feel you.
And so that was really frustrating me, and was the elephant in the room that no one wanted to talk about.
That's deep, yeah.
And for that reason, they were all sort of dying inside. But because their jobs depended on it, you couldn't speak about it. It was just this taboo thing that, like...
Yeah, the unspoken. Yeah.
Exactly, the unspoken frustration. So they all just suffered in silence, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like, you want to get to the root. It's like, why is it happening?
Exactly.
Not put a Band-Aid on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, I never do Band-Aid solutions. Whatever comes up, I deal with it head on.
Love that.
And I've been doing that from a very young age. It wasn't something that I decided to do. I just did it. Right?
Yeah.
When I was young, I could never hide my emotions. So whatever people saw in me, they saw fully.
Yeah, see what you get. Yeah.
And so, because I couldn't hide my emotions, I had to learn to face it.
Yes.
And so that started from a very young age. And still today, I'm very blunt, very precise, very just...
direct.
Very direct,
so direct, bro.
So direct.
Yeah.
And, some people might be offended by it, but at the same time, for a lot of people, that's why they are almost magnetized towards me. It's because of that direct... So, like, not many people just lay it down as it is, right?
Yeah, they beat around the bush.
Yeah.
They try to sugarcoat shit.
Exactly.
But you're straight to the fucking point.
Yeah.
Straight to the purpose. Literally. I know from first-hand experience.
Yeah, bro.
Being with this dude. But it moves reality, do you know what I mean? Like,
bro.
You demand... Like, it's like things bend to what, needs to go down, if that makes sense. The universe responds.
Literally speak reality
into existence.
And it's that straightforward. If you sort of beating around the bush, your reality would be like that as well. Why don't you just go directly, and just create exactly what you want, rather than postpone it with other mundane things.
Bro, I love that. Your reality will be like that.
Yeah.
Literally, if you, because that's the energy you're putting out. Do you know what I mean? This unsure energy. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, bro, like when I was in my early 20s, I removed words like maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. Anything with uncertainty was out of my vocabulary.
I love that. I love that. I'm kind of on that as well, where I'm changing my vocab, or I'm just like you said, putting out words. Do you know what I mean? That aren't conducive to like a higher level of living. Do you know what I mean? Like a higher level of like, and there's power in the words that you choose because they create the reality. But I love how you said that.
Yeah, absolutely,
so,
bro.
Those uncertain words. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, there's full congruence with what I think, say, and do between my brain, my body, and my behavior. There's no sort of like. I mean, of course, there are challenges.
Yeah.
But in those moments, you take a moment, take a breath, you make a decision, and you follow through. You reject quickly what you don't want, and and that allows you to choose what you do want.
Whoa, so simple but so
So
direct.
simple, bro.
Yes, I love it, bro. And you're a neuroscientist, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just simplified it all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a complicated way to say it, but you put it in like layman's terms. I love it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just direct.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
My guy, bro. Man, I love that. We're gonna get into. I want to get into the book because that's gonna lead us to where we want to go.
Absolutely, bro. Let's
Let's
literally get into it.
Let's get into the book, The Hidden World. Everyone can see it. Do you know what I mean? Midnight Mood's family, cop the book. Trust me, because it's connected to everything, and it will give you this. Do you know what I mean? Literally. But let's talk about how you wrote it. Do you know what I mean? The catalyst for it. Do you know what I mean? And I want to know. I already know the story, but I want to hear it again. Do you know what I mean? And I want the family to hear it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything to the crystals and the the cake, like everything.
I
You know
see.
what I mean?
Yeah. You want the full load.
I want the full load out, bro. I want the whole picture painted.
All right, bro. You asked for it.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
Right. So it was December 2015.
Okay.
I went up to Byron with a group of my friends. There were 40 of us camping out in Byron.
Nice.
And it was 31st of December 2015.
Okay.
And we did this circle of 40 people, just saying our intentions, and me being pretty direct. I just was like this, and this. You know, I was pretty clear.
Yeah. And
then after that sort of like ceremony, one of my friends arrives out of nowhere. You already know who this guy is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy?
No.
Okay.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who.
Yeah.
Yeah?
The white wolf.
Yes. The white wolf.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So he arrives and he just selects 2 people from, those who were there, myself and another girl.
Yeah.
And basically we go out into cabin in the woods, and we're sitting there with 4 other people, and we go into another ceremony.
Okay.
And the ceremony lasts throughout the night, and we all sort of end up falling asleep there after ceremony. When we wake up, everyone's left except for White Wolf and this other girl.
Okay.
And they're both sitting in meditation. And I literally wake up, and the first thing, even without a thought entering my mind, the first thing that comes into my mind is there a waterfall, and I speak it out loud, and I break the meditation. I was rather rude in that moment. And White Wolf just gently opens his eyes, and he's like, "Nah, bro, there's no waterfall here. There's like a creek flowing through this property, but there is no waterfall." And so I just get up and leave. I just, again,
whoa,
just got up and left.
Yeah.
I arrived back at the property, which was about a 15-minute walk from where I was. And again, like there's 40 people sort of heading out. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
I literally just get in one of the cars and we're off. We drive for around 2 hours, get to a parking lot, and then we start walking down into the valley. And an hour and a half of walking, we arrive at the biggest waterfall I've seen in Byron, which was Minion Falls.
Okay.
Lots of tourists there.
Yeah.
So I climb up to a ledge, and I just sit there in meditation.
Wow.
And I actually end up just passing out. I fall asleep. I don't know, maybe for 20 minutes.
Okay.
When I wake back up, all my hopes, dreams, intentions, visions I had for 2016, all gone. And I was like, I just said everything last night, and now it's all gone. I'm in this state of nothingness.
Whoa.
I was in such a state of peace that I didn't even feel like adding anything to the nothingness. And I stayed in this state, like I got back to Sydney. For an entire month I was in this state of nothingness. And in February, the first sort of insights of a book started to come through, and I started writing. I wrote 3 chapters.
Yeah.
It was horrible, bro.
Oh.
Like, no mood setting, no character development. It wasn't really going anywhere. I wasn't sure what I was doing, and that's when I realized, hey, if I am to write a book, I have to do this properly.
Mm.
So I started searching for some place to go to write a book.
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe going into the Nordic countries, getting a castle, and
Whoa. Yeah.
doing. It was inspired by Mary Shelley, who wrote, the Frankenstein book.
Did she do it in a castle?
She did it in a castle, I think, and she was only like 16 or 18 when she
Wow.
wrote it. So I was inspired by other authors, and I was like, I want to
Do
do
something like
something
that.
special,
Yeah. Kind
right?
of set the environment for it.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then for some, again, no apparent reason,
Yeah.
the idea of going to Thailand came through, and I was like, I don't even like Thailand. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my thing.
Had you been
but
before?
No, I've never been.
Okay.
At that point, I'd never been to Thailand.
Mm.
And the heart spoke, and I had no choice but to listen.
Mm.
So I arrived in Thailand
Yeah.
literally a couple of weeks later. And I remember the exact day that I actually sat down to write my book. It was March 21st, 2016. I was at this bungalows overlooking the ocean.
Mm.
I sat there for nearly 4 hours, bro.
Wow.
And I kept writing and deleting.
Yeah.
Eventually I got so frustrated that I did the one thing that went against everything of writing a book. I let go of everything. I let go of
Okay.
the structure. I
Yeah.
let go of everything that I'd sort of researched about and what an author should do, and
Yeah. How to
let
write.
it all go.
Okay.
That's when the first sentence of the book came through. And I wrote this sentence. I think it was something along the lines of forgiveness is born out of the ashes of our past.
Whoa.
That didn't make it into the book.
Oh, damn.
I was pretty bummed. I think somewhere in the editing of the book,
Yeah.
that it might have been deleted.
Dude, that's a bar right there.
I know, man.
That is.
So when I wrote this sentence,
Yeah.
I just closed my laptop and I walked off. I was like, that's the start of the book. Like, I had found the beginning.
Yeah.
And so the first chapter of the book is on forgiveness.
Yes.
And the book just, from that point forward, it just flowed completely naturally. Even when it went to the publishers, they didn't edit it too much. The only thing they corrected was like slight grammatical errors, which is completely normal.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't add anything else to the book, so it's in its raw form.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how the book came about, and the final few chapters, I actually wrote it while living inside this enormous cave. So the cave was handed to me by the previous guardian of the cave, the previous custodian. He was also an author.
Whoa.
And the cave is quite mysterious. It has a habit of kicking people out because it's this pure energy, right? There's like crystals splattered into the rock. You'll see black tourmaline, rose quartz, all like in the rock. So you're literally sleeping inside a giant bed of crystals.
Yeah, wow.
So any energy that does not resonate with that, like the cave just literally
forces you out. Yeah.
Forces you out. People have like their clothes eaten by termites, or someone gets dengue fever, or like
so nature kicks in. It's just like wow.
So the previous author had no problems, and he handed the custodianship directly to me.
What's the process of that? Is it just like is it a ritual? Or does he just?
Well, it's a very sacred space, right? And he didn't allow too many people up into the cave.
Okay.
Because for that reason, it's quite sacred.
Yeah.
And for reasons I don't know of, I somehow gained his trust.
Wow.
And so he was quite comfortable handing it. Yeah.
That's sacred as,
Yeah. And so when I got into the cave, I'm very much into fitness. I started trying to put up gymnastic rings in there. But the cave didn't like that. So after a week of trying to set this up, I had to literally surrender and go, okay, this is not what the cave is accepting. And that's when I realized people try to bring the city, the fast sort of racing mind and all of this into this sacred space, and the space does not accept that. So once all of that was gone, I fell into the natural rhythm of the land.
Wow.
And that was it, bro. Like,
Wow.
there's so many magical moments that happened in the cave. There was one night I didn't bring too many people up into the cave.
Yeah.
Because again, I was quite like the energy is so sacred.
You didn't want to taint it with anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there was this one night, one of my friends did channeling, and she came over, and I'd lit candles in the cave.
Yeah.
And had built a fire, and I had put in coconut husks into the fire. You know, and I think whole coconuts as well. Like
wow.
And we had a channeling session, which was incredible.
Whoa. Yeah.
And both of us fell asleep. And we woke up, and it's still sort of like pretty pitch black dark. The fire has gone out, but as we wake up, one of the coconut explodes.
Whoa.
And the fire's lit again.
Wow.
And then we're looking around, and there's these fireflies flying around like fairies within the cave.
Wow.
And we just looking at this spectacle of nature going, tonight she is put on a show.
Wow.
Moments like
that's
this,
beautiful. That's that's life right there in that moment. Oh, that's magical. Yeah.
And the thing with magic is like no amount of planning can recreate that.
Yes. That's in your book, I'm pretty sure. The seven rules of magic.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. Wow. So like literally we were living in this fairy tale wonderland. And through this space, through that purity that I've been talking about, that is the state with which I wrote every sentence.
Wow. That's why it is what it is. Damn, man. That firefly, I hadn't heard that story. That is so magical, bro. Wow.
Yeah. And when you spend that much time in nature...
how was it coming out? Back into society, Babylon, the system, or whatever you want to call it.
It took me at least 10 months to integrate. Even the fact that I was staying inside 4 walls, that was very unusual. Like, I could not wrap my mind around the fact that I was enclosed.
Because the cave's curved, there's a huge open.
Yeah, it's more like overhang, so... And you saw the pictures, like you can see the full ocean. And,
the full view,
And when I looked out, I was just seeing raw nature. There'd be monkeys up in the trees, probably like, some of them, having sex or whatever, like chasing each other. There'd be goannas on the land, snakes, One night I was walking up and I accidentally kicked a silver cobra and...
Damn.
They're fairly docile, so I pulled out my phone. I was trying to figure out turn the light on, and then I realized, it's a cobra. So you literally deep in nature.
In the heart of nature.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, so you have to get used to 4 walls. I like how you said that, because nothing in nature is like
boxed
walls
in.
And boxes, but everything in the city and stuff, everything's boxes, like whether it be the screen, the walls, it's like everything, and it's kind of like subconsciously putting you in a box.
How you said subconsciously, because we compartmentalize the shit out of everything. We have compartmentalized thoughts, friendship groups, work colleagues, family, like we compartmentalize emotions. Everything is like...
put into them boxes.
Exactly.
Wow, bro, you took it to another level. But I feel that. That's so true. Man. We got to get out of these boxes. How do we do that, bro?
Bro, let's do an unboxing video.
Let's unbox the equation of love, bro. Because I think that's how you can get out of the box. Do you know what I mean?
Bro.
The heart, right?
Absolutely.
I want to bring up this quote from this man here. the evolution of humankind has been hijacked by the human mind. Explain that for us. Dive into it.
Absolutely. I came up with that quote when I was doing a talk for the federal government. I gave this talk to the Public Service Commission.
Okay.
I was thinking about children.
And
I was like, what has happened to us? And that's when the quote came, the evolution of humankind has been hijacked by the human mind. Because by the time our children leave school, they are now hostages of their own mind, and they've lost connection with their bodies altogether. And so my entire body of work for the last probably 14 years has been showing people how to reconnect with their own bodies.
Yeah.
And ultimately, that leads back to their own hearts. And if you think about it, so many people out there go like, oh, my brain tells me this and my heart tells me that. Why does it have to be two separate things? Aren't we one being?
Yes.
But because people live in their heads, there's so much cognitive dissonance, and they're trapped in so many thoughts, and they're living in the state of chronic thinking. And so when the heart speaks, people don't pay attention to it, because first it may come as a whisper, and then they keep living on their life, that whisper long forgotten.
Damn.
And then over time the heart speaks again, and this time it sort of knocks on the door, goes, beating the chest. But then the mind intervenes and goes, hang on a second, let's think about other things. We have procrastination to do.
Yeah, it'll distract you. Yeah.
And so the voice of the heart is forgotten again. And then in times of desperation or grief or misery, that heart screams. And sometimes people pay attention to that. The heart doesn't have to scream, bro. It was whispering all along.
Bro, that was beautiful, man. That was intense. That was intense. Damn, yes. So the heart is always speaking.
Always.
We just got to tap into it or listen to it.
Absolutely. Like, the heart is the first perception of reality. The heart responds to reality before anything else does. Anything else does. So by the time our body has captured reality using instinct, reactive patterns and things like that, by the time our subconscious has processed that and filtered out what is significant and what is not significant, by the time it reaches our conscious perception, which we then become aware of, 200 milliseconds have passed. That's a pretty decent time lag between what's happening. So we 200 milliseconds behind reality, bro. So if you're talking about living in the moment, why not live through your heart?
Because that's truly living in the moment.
Absolutely.
So when you're out of sync with it, you're in lag.
Absolutely.
You're behind, technically.
And when you're behind, the moment has passed and it's already too late. You might catch an eye contact, but by the time the mind registers it, that person might have long gone. You've missed that moment entirely.
Whoa. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, how many times in your own life has that happened?
That's so intense, bro. Wow.
And because the moment has passed, the mind ruminates over it. Oh, what if?
Yeah. And then you get stuck. You get even more behind.
Exactly.
Because you're living in that.
In
that past.
In the past. And if you extend that over a longer time, if you're chronically living in the past, that is what clinically we call depression.
Dude. Whoa. I understand that one. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you're so far behind.
The present moment, yeah. And if you're too far ahead of the present moment, that is what we call anxiety.
Oh, bro! Dude! Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. That needed a moment to breathe.
Yeah.
That is so deep, man. And that's like they're the two mental illnesses
The
that are
most
plaguing
prevalent
us
ones.
right now in
Yeah.
society: depression and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I love how you broke it down like that. The depression is the past.
Yeah.
The anxiety is living too much in the.
Yeah.
So
simple, bro.
the answer is the present.
Yeah.
And in that is the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and so basically, I've spent pretty much my entire like lifelong research of reverse engineering our way back to the present moment.
He's a scientist, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
people talk about success and like no matter what measure of success you have,
Yeah.
it's your response to this moment which matters the most. And if you cannot live in this moment, bro, like, doesn't matter how much reality or fantasies you create in your mind, it's all just a fleeting moment.
Yes.
My measure of success is whether or not I have arrived in the here and now. And if I have, I've succeeded.
Ooh, you just broke down success, bro. Damn. It ain't the money, it ain't the fame. It's how much can you be enriched in that moment. That's how success is measured.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's my metric of success.
I love that.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense, though.
Yeah. You could be sitting here with like a billionaire, but are they able to connect with you right now?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Are they carrying the burden of, the past or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, this is... Bro, this happens on the daily with this guy, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is literally what normally happens. But it is like, that was... bro. You're breaking down the fabric right here, literally.
The fabric of reality.
The fabric of reality. You are just breaking it down. I love how you're keeping it so simple. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that complicated.
No, not at all.
Yeah, like it's not like numbers and all these formulas and stuff. Like, well, it is technically, right? But you've put it in this form where it's easy for people to digest.
Yeah, exactly.
And understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. So all this, the book, do you know what I mean? All the studying, do you know what I mean? The PhD. This is all basically a summation.
Yeah.
Of all that.
The science has been a crucial part. When I was in it,
yeah,
I used to deny parts of myself. I was like, I don't want to be the nerd. I don't want to, be too much locked into the science world. And at the same time, like, part of me was in spirituality, and I was like, I don't want to be that either. Like
too hippie or something.
Too hippie, yeah. And so I had to integrate both within myself, and the science has given me the language, which, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have any form of grounding in intellect. So having had that grounding, that is what allows me to speak so succinctly. Otherwise, it's just a vomit of the mind with half-baked ideas and nothing really just concise, concrete and concise. Like, just an insight into my own mind. Like, every thought that appears enters, I guess, the echo chamber of my mind, and that is like a courtroom, and it analyzes every thought in like meticulous detail from every angle.
Yeah.
And once I've become, I guess, comfortable, or maybe comfortable is not the right word, but
Mm.
once it's passed all the mental tests that I have
Wow,
for it,
you run for it. Yeah.
then I go, okay, this is a valid thing to say. Because in today's world, too many people think before.
You're talking about the chamber in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how it. You got keep going.
Yeah,
you know what you're about to say.
So every thought appears in the echo chamber of my mind and almost enters this courtroom.
Yeah.
Where every thought is analyzed in almost this meticulous detail.
Yeah.
And once it passes all the mental tests that I've put forward, I look at it from every angle. And once it passes through all of that, then I go, okay, this is a legitimate thing to say.
Wow.
So, I mean, it seems like quite a heavy process.
Sounds like it.
But for me, it's not because I'm connected with the body as well. I'm not living in my head. And the thing is, far too many people think before they want to speak.
Yeah.
And also far too many people speak before they think. But when you're living from your heart, that process doesn't take long. And you're able to intercept all the thoughts.
Yeah.
And then just simply speak. Because you're so aligned in the moment. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be heavy. Because ultimately, when the heart is speaking, like, you're only dropping bars there.
Yeah, it's constant bars.
Yeah.
I feel you. Like, everything is just like, it's fueled with the love. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I've noticed that, like, hanging around you, bro, like, that's, like, so constant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you start seeing, because I've seen it for real time, like, reality shifting literally how you speak. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so in sync. Do you know what I mean? The synchronicities and serendipities are just like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Constant. It's not like like this happened like it's every moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the magic,
Yeah.
And I think we all like yearn for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's in us, in all of us, and that's why we're so like love fantasy movies and all these things like Star Wars and stuff, because we want like that's like our essence. Do you know what I mean? Is that magic?
Absolutely right. I mean, in my book, I talk about that. I talk about it in terms of magic. But when I teach it, I break it down into, I guess, fundamental principles.
Yeah.
I distill down the mechanism of how to connect with your heart. I distill down the method of how to accelerate the frequency of coincidences. And the catalyst is really that. Like when we are in the state, right? And things are just always happening for us.
Yeah, fact. Yeah.
It's just we don't really have to try, right? It just happens, and you're like, wow,
Yeah, I feel you.
For people, who have done no personal development work, haven't done any work on themselves, most of the time they find that they are a victim of their circumstance. Reality is happening to them. If people have done a bit of work, they've done meditation, they have some form of physical practice, and they find a sense of flow in what they do. Maybe it's surfing. They're in sync with reality. The reality is happening with them.
Yeah,
for like what I'm operating on, it's reality is happening for me. In the first instance, time is moving forward. You want to get to somewhere because the grass is greener on the other side, or like whatever.
Yeah, I feel that.
You're going for something. People who are in harmony with the moment. Time is the now. Time is the present. For where I'm operating from, it feels like time is operating backwards. It's coming. It's like it's already happened, and because the heart, right? So the mind is experiencing reality in retrospect.
Whoa. Bro, okay.
Yeah.
We dropping some tenant shit right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, so the mind, can you say it again? The mind is operating in retrospect, was it?
Yeah, because we are 200 milliseconds behind present reality, so the heart has already done the work.
It's already there. Yes. Wow. Bro.
Yeah, because so many times, bro, like, we want to do something, but the mind intervenes and we then don't do it, right? We might have made an eye contact with someone beautiful, and in that moment, the mind comes in, hang on a second, like, we got to meet someone else, like, we got to call someone, like, comes in, and that moment passes. But if you're operating from the heart, a lot of people talk about intuition, but intuition is something that you have to train. It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
You know? But when you train it to the point where it does not need a practice anymore, it's happening in real time, that's the reality we can operate in.
Wow. Right? Okay,
I
see what you're saying.
You don't need any practices anymore. You're the living embodiment of it.
The embodiment of it. Okay. Wow. So intuition from your heart. Would you say that? Yeah. That's what intuition is from. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I talk about gut instinct. You know, like I talk about organ-generated information, and intuition is something generated by the heart. We say gut instinct because it can be psychological as well. Like the gut has a reaction to reality. Say we smell food that has gone rancid. The gut goes, don't want that, right?
True. Yeah.
Psychologically, also, we come across a person with some toxic energy. We go, like that's gut instinct, right?
Yeah.
It happens both viscerally and it happens psychologically.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Bro, you're dropping so many bars, man. This is like ridiculous. Yeah. Man, so like you do a lot of talks, right? A lot of heaps. That's how we met. Do you know what I mean? Lost Paradise.
You wanna talk about that?
Yeah,
one,
we can. Yeah, we may as well. I think that's a nice segue because that's how we met. So we was Lost Paradise 2018? Yeah, 2018. And that's what I loved about Lost was they had all those tents of workshops, there was the drumming, there was the indigenous tent, there were the talk tents, and there was just so much going on in those tents. It was a vibe. Literally, we spent nearly 80% of the time at the tents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you did your talk, and you were talking about when you got hit by a car, and you kind of surrendered to you were probably in the heart, right, in the moment, and you surrendered to it, and you weren't hurt at all, and you had to go. You had to go make sure that they were all right, the person that hit you.
Yeah.
And that I remember that was I was like, I got to talk to this dude after. And then you had your Papua New Guinea story.
Yeah.
And that was the poison, right? That was the poison one. Was it?
In Papua New Guinea, I had a near-death experience.
Near-death experience.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Should we get into that, or we'll keep going? But these are the things that you were saying, and I was like, bro, this dude, like, what is he? Like, you know what I mean? Like your story, it just like I was resonating with him. Like, I want to pick your mind. You know what I mean? And then after I approached you and we talked. You know what I mean? And we vibed. I remember. And then fast forward, how many years is that? 4 years?
Yeah, three
years. Sorry, 3 years. I'm going down to Bondi. I had a bit of the moon was doing things to me. You know what I mean? It was a Sagittarius moon. I was feeling the type of way. Went down to Bondi to just get some ocean. You know what I mean? Get some of that water, that salt. And then I get out of the car and I see this guy walking on the promenade. And you have a very distinct walk. If people know you, they know that you're walking. This dude's walking in the moment, always. It's like precise. And I'm just like, is that? And I couldn't remember your name. But I was like, hey, bro. And you were just in your own zone. And then I got your attention. And then I saw you look at me like, who is, like, you, like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And it took you a moment. And I was like, Lost Paradise, bro? You did a talk. Do you know what I mean? I came up to you later. And I think that's when it started rolling. And then we just kicked it since then, bro. We started vibing. You were telling me like where you were at in that moment. I was telling you where I was at. And like the energy was just, do you know what I mean? There was that in sync, like you're talking about, that in sync moment. Because like, what are the odds, really?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's a very like serendipitous moment. You
Yeah,
know
it
what I
was
mean?
precise.
Precise. Yes, I like it. And then you gave me your book. You're like, bro, here's my book. I was like forever grateful. I'm like, thank you, bro. Do you know what I mean? I opened it up. I read a few chapters. Do you know what I mean? And like a few days later, I think it was, you called me. You're like, bro, I want you to be part of this movement. Do you know what I mean? This event, the equation of love. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And from that, you said, we met up, and you're like, bro, I want you to work on a song for me. You know what I mean? With this equation of love, with this energy. And I was like, okay, bro, of course I can do that. Do you know what I mean? I'll do my best. And then that's how it all started. And that's how we're leading to tomorrow, which is the big day when we're going to record the music video for the equation of love. And we have a lot in there. We can't reveal too much. But when this drops, you will see it. Do you know what I mean? But it's just crazy how everything aligns so in sync, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like everything was just precise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'd like to mention there as well that I had only just come up with that idea.
Okay.
Only just.
Okay.
So I was playing with it in my head.
Yeah.
If you had met me a moment sooner, that idea would not have been conceived.
Whoa.
So the genesis would not have been there.
Whoa.
So I wouldn't have been able to say equation of love.
Oh.
A moment later, maybe I had, processed it in my mind, and it would have been another one of the abandoned ideas, in the closet.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been at the forefront of my mind. But that moment was so precise that when we met, this idea was at the forefront of my mind, and I wanted to do something with it. And then you appeared. I was like, hang on a second.
Yes.
This might be incredible as a song.
That's intense when you broke it down like that. So like a moment sooner, a moment later,
It's
could have
gone.
been a total.
Yeah.
So
we
yes,
work with the present moment,
that's
right?
it. We work with the present, and that's how this all came to fruition. Do you know what I mean? And we are very excited,
Oh, bro.
pumped to put this out.
Yeah,
This whole
pumped on,
man. It's literally gonna shift. It's already shifted a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else can we say about it without giving too much away? We still want to give someone. We can give it away a little bit, I think. Do you know what I mean? Why not? But basically, the equation of love is coming out on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, and we worked like it. Like you said, it's kind of like effortless, but it's like, do you know what I mean? Because it flows so.
Oh yeah. It was seamless.
Seamless, yes. It's like something was working through. I felt something was working through me. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you felt the same way. But it's like, it's something just so much bigger than us. Do you know what I mean? We're literally like instruments for the love.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And these are all, I guess, evidence for the accelerated rate of coincidences, right? Like we're living in this state. I call this precognition, right? Because it happens before thought appears in the mind. And when we live in this precognitive state, like moments like this is just our daily reality, bro.
Yes.
Like, how often do we just walk out and things are just happening for us?
Clicking like that, yes.
You don't have to go out and struggle and complicate things and then try to recover from it, and it's like such a exhausting way to live.
And we're all exhausted. Like look at society or like the collective as a whole.
Yeah.
That would probably that's a good word to put on everyone. Like exhaustion.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of what people do is they're on fight or flight, right?
Yes.
So they're running,
Mm.
and then they do it because that state is so familiar to them.
Yeah.
They familiarize it even further by taking like caffeine, coffee. So all of that is adding to their current state, which is running. And you mentioned that I have a very particular walk.
Yeah.
I was walking at my natural rhythm, which is the rhythm of nature. You know, if I was walking too fast, you might have missed me.
Cool. I like
You
how
know?
you're breaking this down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So
That is such a good point, bro.
like I was walking at my own rhythm, the rhythm of nature. You looked out, you saw someone walking. It gave you time to process that.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you had that intuition. I gotta speak to this person.
Yes, literally, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so deep, man.
Yeah. I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
Like literally no idea.
Yeah.
You had to really just
I had to really bring it out. Like,
Yeah.
I try to connect all the dots for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you come across a lot of.
Yeah.
You've done that many talks, eh? You're like.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. That is. I love how you broke it down like that with the walk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were walking to get somewhere, do you know what I mean? To chase something, I would have missed you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're in that natural rhythm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of nature. I love how you said that. Do you know what I mean? Because we are nature. Do you know what I mean? We got to tap into that rhythm, the rhythm of the earth.
Yeah.
And a lot of like we're out of sync with that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why there's so much like chaos and resistance and all that. Do you know what I mean? Because we're out of sync. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once we, like you said, tap in. Do you know what I mean? Into that heart. Here we go. Now we start living, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's literally that simple. And for that reason, it's so difficult. Because we want like the magic pill, right?
The quick fix.
Yeah. We want the band-aid solution. We want something to fix us. But we weren't broken, bro.
Damn, bruh. Damn, bruh. Okay. Yes. I feel that. We were never broken.
Nah, bro. Then, how many out there are walking around with a wounded heart, a broken heart, and they're using all sorts to fix themselves.
Yeah. And external things.
Exactly. Whether it be body image, trying to look good, or whether it be, pills or whatever, addictions, could be like trying to be a successful public figure, or like there's so many things that we do for like to I guess get away from the feeling of a broken heart rather than fix the broken heart itself. Like not fix it, but like why not heal that so you don't have to worry about any of the other things that you're doing, because all that is doing is taking you away from your heart.
Yeah, I feel that. So it's just like you could save time, energy, and everything by just, instead of avoiding it through all these things, go straight to the source, to the root of it all.
And so like, but this is so like simple, right? There's pain, and what is the natural response to pain? It's aversion. So we have this aversive behavior to pain. It's just built into our basic biology, right? So we try to evade pain. We mask it using so many things.
Yeah, it's so true. If you look at like every ad that comes on that I've been seeing on YouTube, is Nurofen or something for a throat, Strepsil. It's like
absolutely. And even if you look at the marketing industry in general, they say, "Oh, what's your pain points? What's the hot buttons? Or what's the and that's what they market to. This is just marketing 101.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I didn't. That makes sense though. I didn't
Yeah.
know that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Shit.
Make a woman feel insecure, sell her things that she doesn't need. You know?
That's why the makeup industry is so big, bro.
Absolutely.
Like my mate always says, like shout out to Darius, like you go into a shopping center
Mhm.
and it's just majority like the makeup stores are just like the makeup and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's like predominantly everywhere in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just you're right, like on thriving on the insecurities of people.
That's not the reality that I want to live in.
Oh hell no! I'm with you. That's a fact. Hell no. I think a lot of us are like that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we're over it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe we were, do
Mm.
you know what I mean? But maybe we've healed or we're healing and we're like, no, we ain't about this anymore, do you know what I mean? So now it's time to shift,
Absolutely.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tap into that heart, you know what I mean?
Oh, bro.
Into that equation of love. Let's go. Oh, man.
Bro.
Brother, thank you for this, man. You've been dropping. We got to get up early. That's why I'm kind of like, thinking, but man, thank you, bro. Honestly, thank you for all that you've done and that you're doing, you know what I mean? And that you will be doing and being a catalyst, you know what I mean? For a lot. With a lot of things. Because what you show me, what you do, you know what I mean? I noticed that's like your nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a catalyst, you know what I mean? Because think about like all the... Alright, let's not get too into it, but bro, do you know what I mean? Like, so, I think when people hear the song, they read the book, do you know what I mean? They watch a lot of your talks. You got a show, right, coming out.
I've got a YouTube
A
channel.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that quickly, because I want to get into that, because I love the challenge aspects and all these things. So we're just talking about pain and stuff like that. So I think this correlates. You know what I mean? Let's dive into that.
Yeah,
real quick.
just real quick.
Yeah.
So basically, every episode I do a challenge, and I live outside my comfort.
Yes.
You know, so that's where I find. I mean, there's so many things that I know through my studies and all of that. The YouTube channel is about things that I don't know, things I'm unfamiliar with, things that make me uneasy, things that I'm like, even conflict with who I am.
Yeah.
So it's always challenging me. And for that reason, every episode that I've done has changed me. And yeah, I speak with people who have been doing what they've been doing for at least 15 years.
I
So
feel you. So like professionals, like masters in their craft.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Because I've done that as well. I know how much you have to work through. You have to deal with family. You have to, deal with the criticism of society. You have to work through so much.
Yeah.
And you're relentless. In your vision and your passion. Until you do become successful.
Yeah.
And so I work with these people, and the idea is you can't judge a man until you walk a mile in their shoes. So on this channel, I walk a mile in their shoes.
In everyone's shoes. So everyone you talk to, that you interview, you walk in their shoes.
Yeah.
So they challenge you with certain challenges. Give us some challenges that you've done. Can you tell us any? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of the challenges, it's not just for show. I link it with philanthropic causes, right?
Okay.
So I support mental health.
Yeah.
Primary care,
Nice.
social impact causes. So the first episode, for example, which is coming out on the 31st of January. So about 7-8 days from now.
Very soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that episode actually get into the boxing ring.
Yeah.
With the current Sydney Metro heavyweight boxing champion.
Oh, wow.
I'm not a big guy, like this guy's 90 kilos at the time,
damn.
So like almost double my weight.
You guys are sparring?
No, we literally go for it. And of course, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a professional fighter. Up until that point, I had not even put boxing gloves onto my hands.
Wow.
So I was like, no clue.
Yeah.
But the reason I did that was because he's had committed suicide when he was 15. And so for him to deal with that, he got into kickboxing. And obviously that was hard on the knees, so then he got into boxing. And he was using it in a way to cope with emotion. But then through various therapies, he learned to work with his emotions. So by the time he led up to the Sydney Metro Heavyweight Boxing Championship, he wasn't venting his emotions, he was using it to connect with his body.
Wow.
So he was a completely different beast when he entered the ring.
Wow.
He'd already won the fight within. And so when he got into the ring, that was just,
deep. Deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
He won that fight twice that night.
Twice. Because he won that inner, the inner battle.
Yeah. The warrior always has to win the fight within himself.
Wow. I love that. That is a beautiful. I can't wait to watch that episode.
Yeah.
31st, right?
31st of January 2021. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's the channel? What's it called again?
It's just my name on YouTube, Kaushik Ram. Dr. Kaushik Ram.
Okay.
And the channel itself is called Primal Heart.
I was trying to, Primal Heart.
Yeah.
The heart, bro.
Yeah, you gotta rewild the heart, right?
Yes, I love it, man. That's dope.
Everyone's sort of tamed and protect their heart. And we don't protect, we respect, bro.
Ooh. Yo, that's the day,
Yeah.
We don't protect, we respect. Respect yourself. Respect your heart. Yes. Yeah. Give it the best, what it deserves.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Damn.
Give it the fullness, the richness, the love that it deserves.
My brother. You want to leave him with something? Because that was a lot. That was...
Bro. All I want to say is that love yourselves, love each other, honor every breath, every step you take, because it is sacred.
Yeah.
And when this moment becomes holy, you are fully, whole, complete, and utterly, unapologetically yourself.
My brother.
That is the destination. That's where you need to arrive. There is nowhere else to go.
The moment. My brother. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Dr. Kaushik Ram?
Kaushik Ram.
Kaushik Ram. Because I want to say it properly for the book. Do you know what I mean? AKA the catalyst, bro. I'm gonna keep saying that, bro, because I want that to stick soon, man. Literally.
Yeah.
Because the catalyst, he out here doing big things, huge things, man, and just like I said, breaking down the fabric of reality. This is huge. Like literally, I think you already know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, family, you feel it. You feel it already. You know what I mean? This is massive. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow my guy on Instagram. You know what I mean? Check out the website. I'm going to put it all up. Give him the website, but I'm going to put it up as well.
So across all social media, it's DR for doctor.
Yep.
Kaushik Ram. Kaushik is Kaushik.
Yeah.
Ram is RAM. All one word.
Okay.
DRKAUSHIK.
All one word.
RAM. So that's all the social handles. And my website is the same. So drkaushikram.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
The K-Man. Out here, bro. Get ready. The equation of love.
Bro.
I
just gotta hand it to you, bro. Like, when I sort of had the genesis of this idea, like I did not expect you to come back with what you did, and this music video would not be happening if your heart and soul wasn't in it.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
So I just wanna,
I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man. It's teamwork. It's dream work, bro. Literally. And you're right. I had to open my heart for this. You know what I mean? And thank you for being the catalyst for it. You know what I mean? Literally. And yeah, bro, just thank you. And let's go.
Let's go, bro.
It's
Let's
time.
go.
It's fucking time, man. But my brother, thank you for coming on once again. And we'll have you back. Definitely, especially after the music video, after everything.
Yeah.
When the book drops, do you know what I mean? We'll have
Yeah.
you back for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we're gonna keep it rolling, keep it flowing,
Yeah.
in sync.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on once again, my brother. Special guest, man. The catalyst right here. Thank you, family, for tuning in. This is another episode of the Midnight Moods podcast 2021. We out here and we coming back. Enjoy.